and welcome back. Again, my name is Reverend Tim Barton, and I am an elder in the Florida Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church. In this session, we are going to talk about something that is at the very heart of what it means to be a United Methodist, what we call communities of grace. See, if we're honest with ourselves, being a follower of Jesus is hard to do on our own. Life is busy, distractions are everywhere, and faith can easily just become another thing on our to-do list. But from the very beginning, Methodists have believed that we cannot grow in faith without also growing in community. We need spaces where we can be seen, where we can be known, and where we can be loved, where grace is shared and lives are transformed through the love of Jesus. And that's why John Wesley, the founder of the Methodist movement, organized people into what he called bands, classes, and societies. These weren't just church meetings. They were communities of grace, places where ordinary people learned how to follow Jesus together in real, practical ways. So societies were large gatherings, something like what we would call worship today. A whole group of people would come together to sing, to pray, and to hear God's word. Smaller than that were classes, which were groups of about a dozen people. Here, members would share about their lives, pray for one another, and hold each other accountable in love. These were the heartbeat of discipleship. And even on a smaller scale than that were what we call bands. 3 to 5 people who made a deeper covenant with one another. In bands, people confessed sin, encouraged each other, and offered real accountability. Wesley believed that these close-knit communities were essential for holiness of heart and life. And what made all of these groups work was grace. They weren't about shame or pressure or judgment. They were about creating spaces where God's love could be experienced and practiced in community. And so why does this matter for us today? What does this mean for you as a person who is exploring the United Methodist Church? Well, it matters because the same need is still here in our churches today. We still need worship that lifts our eyes to God. We still need small groups where we can grow in love with one another. And we still need a few trusted friends who can walk with us closely through life's inevitable ups and downs. At your church, you live out these communities of grace through a number of different ways, through worship, through small groups, through Bible studies, maybe prayer groups, or even one-on-one spiritual friendships. When you choose to participate in these spaces, you are stepping into the very heart of what it means to be a Methodist. You are choosing to grow in grace alongside of others. So here's my invitation to you as you discern whether or not the United Methodist Church is the right place for you. Don't just come to worship. Don't just sit on the edges of our communities. Step in. Find a small group, join a Bible study, or connect with a few trusted friends in faith. These communities of grace are how God shapes us into people of love and how we live out our calling as followers of Jesus. Because at the end of the day, we are not individual Christians. We are a community. We are a people called Methodist who walk together, who grow together, and who become more like Christ together.